I had boneless wings a couple weeks ago.
I want nice chunky bone-in wings.
See, I don't like that. You don't got to mess around with ripping it off. It's just easy to get the fork and just go like this. The ones that are not like breaded, the ones that are not like chicken tenders.
Right. All right.
Like if they're chicken tenders with just sauce around them, that's not good. They've got to be like the unbreaded little niblet thingies. Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Falcons Corner. Voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickard. Good guy, the no co-host, Danny Bergen. Triple threat Tom SID on the camera behind. Can you throw yourself? Can you video yourself?
I was thinking that too.
Doing that? Like,
no, just the initial one even. Like,
I mean, it's there.
I'll
use that before we go to
You're doing it to F with me now.
Now I think
you're
what's
trying to
even
get
better
trying to get my
is it's not on the table on top of a chair on top
It's
of
on
a
a
table.
table?
A table on a table without the pillow.
I'll take like a picture or something of it. There was a table with chairs in front of our thing that I had to move things around.
It looks a little bit more professional.
So I was like, you know what?
Stable.
Yeah, well, there's that.
A tripod, a mini tripod.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to use this to my advantage.
Yeah.
And here we are.
It looks a little bit more professional. It almost looks like a regular setup.
It does. I never thought I'd be uncomfortable in like sweats.
You all right there?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, good. So let's start the show off a little differently. Let's talk Super Bowl 50. What number Super Bowl are we on? 59?
Is it 57?
57? Forever Falcon 2019 National Championship Team representative Ji'Ayir Brown, starter at safety for the 49ers in his rookie season, going to the Super Bowl.
And I'll tell you, I think it was the first series or the second series, you heard his name like, I think it was on first and third down, making the plays and stuff like that, which, I was doing something. I was actually doing something for here. Our wrestling team kind of got hung up traffic-wise, but like just hearing that on the TV, and I was like, man, I'm like so early making an impact, which sounded really cool. Yeah,
he had 10 tackles, I think, and then had a nice pass break up on a deep ball in the end zone. Was in on that play and stuff too. So very happy for Tig. Was a good kid here. I remember. Since I do intramurals here, we had a 3-on-3 tournament in 2019, and Tig was here. It was even 2018, and his team won it. And I said at some point, and I wish I saved the picture because then I would throw it on Tig on Twitter for him or X or whatever it's called. And I said to him, I was like, I wonder if this will be more important, this championship, this 3-on-3, than a Super Bowl. So we'll see.
That's
so
really
hopefully
funny.
hopefully we'll ask him that. But I took his picture with holding the brackets from the 3-on-3 tournament. But so we'll see, because that was a big deal back then. That 3-on-3 tournament was huge.
That's a big deal in the moment.
Well, we know he can perform well in big games.
Yes, so like I said, the Rose Bowl and all that stuff. I'm sure the 3-on-3 is on top of his list so far. Absolutely,
it's where it all started.
It prepared him.
No question. So if you talk to him, you have to ask him.
There is a possibility we may be talking to him.
Yeah, so you just ask him if he remembers that 3-on-3 championship he had here at Lackawanna during intramural season.
I'm sure that drives him.
And if that drives him, and if that'll still reign supreme if he's a Super Bowl champion. Yeah. I'll get him a ring if he wants, a 3-on-3 championship. All right, so congratulations, Tig. Best of luck in 2 weeks.
But how cool is that? 2 years in a row, we had Ji'Ayir White last year. That Lackawanna College has had a player that has made it to the Super Bowl. That has been been a part of a Super Bowl.
And not just like a guy that was like a touch and go here on the roster, maybe played 3 games and got out, or was here for a year like. The 2-year guy, Tig was very impactful on campus for 2 years. I wasn't here when Ji'Ayir was here, but Tig participated in everything and was.
But Ji'Ayir on the Eagles last year, he wasn't a starter, but I think he played a decent amount.
Well, yeah, he was. Basically, if he wasn't a starter, he was a de facto starter. He played enough to be impactful and stuff too. But but awesome times.
Yeah,
so it's also good. Yep. So. All right, now we'll go back to Lackawanna stuff.
Sure.
All right, speaking of awesome, let's talk men's basketball. Aamir Mack just doing whatever he wants on the basketball floor.
How about that? 40 points on Saturday
Yeah.
against Delaware Tech.
Very efficient 40 points.
17 of 22.
Yeah, and he's been efficient all year. I mean, his shooting percentage is,
I think it's above 50,
50%,
57 or something like that for the year.
Especially this semester. I mean, he's come out on fire.
Yeah.
I know it was good in the beginning, and then on Saturday, like you said, 17. But 5 of those were dunks, so they're pretty high percentage as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Those help keep your percentage up. But like I said, don't let that deceive you. Though he's been shooting the ball great. I know he had a 3 the other day, and
Stepping out, and he's been stepping out.
A little more.
Within that 10, 15 foot range, even with his back to the basket, he's been really, really good. Shooting the basketball and stuff too. Luckily, you won't have to talk to him because he's athlete of the week because he won't have enough time to get ready.
Well, and as we're filming on Tuesday, he's got to get ready for his away game anyway down at Essex.
Yes.
But
they're getting on the road right at 4.
Yeah, so the big Region 19 game that's going to be played on Tuesday. So the results you could toss up there. Playoff implications because we're so bad on to get the 500 and get a postseason berth.
Yeah.
I think we could be dangerous till we get in though.
I think so too, and I think that's kind of the goal here. Even last week they went 1-2. They lost at Raritan by 3 points. It was a tight game.
Yeah.
They're the
Again,
#1 seed.
like we talked about, you go out to Raritan. It's a place where we don't win, but we seem to still play well, and it's just you lose in heartbreaking fashion like that. And then took a really good Orange team to probably about midway through the second half before they started to pull away. I mean, it got to about 8 points after falling behind big.
Right.
Got it to within 8, but really couldn't get closer than that. But Orange, still Aamir had 26 and 14.
Right.
Aamir had 26 in the game before against Raritan, and then home against Delaware Valley, Delaware Tech, don't really play great right out of the gate. But then just a 5-minute run in the second half.
Right, to start the second half,
and
they just went on a tear and got up 30.
It was their third game in 5 days.
Yep.
That wasn't scheduled. It's already tight window to play these games, but with weather completely kicking our butt the last couple of weeks. I mean, that's your third game in 5 days. So at least they had Sunday and Monday off before they get back at it today. But this week's no different.
Yeah, three
they'll
more games in 5
They'll
days.
get some
They'll
players
be home
back
tonight, which is Thursday against Monroe College.
Yeah.
Division I Monroe, always a very, very, very good basketball team. Looking for maybe an up and down contest, some high scoring, and then Saturday they are on the road
at Middlesex.
That's another big game.
Big Region 19.
Yeah, so they control their fate in terms of our region opponents, our conference games to get themselves into the playoffs. We do have a couple non-conference, like you said. We got Monroe twice coming up. I think we have Rockland and CCBC Dundalk.
Right.
But really focusing in on those conference games is going to be what propels us to opportunity to get into the playoffs.
Yep. All right. So best of luck to our men and Coach Fallon and all those guys. They're still working hard in the weight room and practice and all that good stuff. And then we have our women who are still trying to find their way. So they had an up and down week as well. Raritan.
Yeah,
Not the best. Raritan's a good team, though.
I actually didn't play too bad at Raritan.
They've been going through great first quarters, and then that second quarter they seem to just get off to a slow start and gets away from them just a little bit.
Because they had a decent
kind of been their MO the last week or two.
They had a decent fourth quarter against Raritan. Actually played pretty decently. I thought
we outscored them in the fourth.
Yeah. I thought they fought pretty hard, and against Harcum had probably one of the best quarters I think I've seen them have.
Yeah, the first quarter.
What was it? They were down 18-6, or they were down 18-16 after one.
Right.
But Harcum just went on this tear in the second and third quarters that kind of just put him away.
Right, and we're a little shorthanded right now too, so that didn't help.
That didn't help.
Harcum just ran up and down the floor.
Yeah,
and
injuries. I mean, Harcum I think played 13 players, and we didn't have 13 available. So they have played all of them, which is hard. Some injuries and some others. Things like that where it's tough to overcome. But again, playing Raritan, I think, who's the number 1 seed,
1 or 2, right? Yeah, they're in there with.
And then Harcum, so it's not an easy task.
No.
It was good to have them at home. I think showing those glimpses of being able to play so well in those individual quarters. Maybe they just gotta, like you said, kind of mesh that together.
Yeah.
But playing that, lets them believe that, hey, we can do this. We just have to be able to sustain it. And 13 players, not having 13 run them in and out, maybe slow down a little bit. You know what I mean?
And the top of the Region 19 women with Union, Harcum, Raritan is.
Well, I mean, you got Union, who I believe is 7th
this year.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Union is 7th in the country right now, up to that in the latest rankings. Harcum is right behind Raritan in terms of the standings right now.
Right.
It's like it's really kind of Union as one, and then 2A and 2B are Raritan and Harcum right now. And honestly, after seeing Harcum play, I would not be surprised if Harcum knocks off Raritan, especially because the game that they will play is down at Harcum.
Right.
So that's going to be a very tough contest for Raritan.
And are we still sitting at number 4 seed?
The thing is, we are number 5.
Okay.
However, we control our fate in that if we beat Middlesex on Saturday, we leapfrog them back into number 4 spot.
All right,
and we'll more than likely hold on to that the rest of the way. So,
all right, good. All right, so best of luck to Coach Vince and the women and stuff too. Let's take a break.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Play last week's interview with Aamir, or 2 weeks ago with Aamir. Now, when we go on. Is that all right? We're saving you some work.
I mean, we talked about how great he's been playing and what he's done differently to change his game up.
Play it again.
It's we should make mention just before we go to break about Aamir. He really is having one of the best seasons we've had a men's basketball player have in a long time.
And even season and career-wise, because I know he's close to that 1,000-point mark.
He is at 813, I think.
Okay.
So he's still 187, or it might be 817 is 183, whatever it is. Okay. He's that much away in 8 games left, but he's averaging 23.9 points per game. It's the second time since 2008-2009 season that we've had a player go over 20 a game.
First of all, who's that dude that had averaged like 36 points or whatever?
Marcus Ashton.
Marcus Ashton, best player I've ever seen here.
Yeah? Where was he from? I saw that, and like even Mike was like, "Who's this?" Like when he was going through your thread.
He was a 1-year transfer in, who at the time Oklahoma was recruiting him, University of Nebraska.
Okay.
Penn State was here. He was the real deal. He was a lefty, and he was just phenomenal. Okay. He was about 6'2", 6'3". Played for Mike Nettie, but he was phenomenal.
He averaged 35.7 points per game.
People talked about him well after he was gone.
Yeah.
And then Aamir, I believe Mark Perry was our last 1,000-point scorer.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, Mark Perry was here. He played under Coach Clark. I think he was a 1,000-point, 500-rebound guy at 6'2". And then he went on after here. I think he went to Shippensburg, but then he landed up at Keystone to finish out his career. But Mark Perry played like he was 6'8".
Yeah.
He was a Harrisburg guy, so it's cool to see that.
It's been so long since we've had a player the caliber of Aamir, just in terms of sheer numbers and how he's playing.
And then that 40 was the most anyone's had since
in 5 years.
Harlem Globetrotter, Tyreek Williams.
Tyreek Williams at 51, and that was in a loss, by the way, at ASA. So
and ASA promptly tried recruiting him after that game. I remember that. I remember them saying so. All right, keep it rolling, Aamir and everyone else.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back in the Falcons Corner. Take 5. Everybody, welcome back to the Falcons Corner. Voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickard. Good guy to know. Angry guy to know.
Now,
fired up.
Just fired up.
And then
not angry, just fired up. Like it's like one of those.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on a second. Triple threat Tom, SID on and behind the camera.
Oh yeah,
all right,
sorry.
Now go.
Yeah, not fired. No, just like really, like not mad, not angry, just like really, like come on. Anyway, that's it.
All right, good. So wrestling on the road last weekend.
They
despite their travel difficulties on the way home.
On the way home for a little bit of that snow, like that 6 inches that came in the upstate New York area, coming across 86.
It's a long way to go.
I mean,
they're Jamestown.
I mean, that's out there this way, the way I am. So, and then on their way home, a little bit of weather issues. So
that's why you do what you do.
Abundance of caution. Spoke with Coach Barbary.
You call the good guy to know, and he gets.
That's it. We make things happen.
That's why you're the good guy to know.
A little bit of help from Miss Stacy Hughes. and the business office, and
Problem solved.
then everything's taken care of,
Extended
especially
trip,
on a Sunday night.
Vacation,
So thank you.
sightseeing, they got all that stuff done. It was
Yeah, they
beautiful
saw
for
some
wrestling.
snow. They saw some snow, and they got to put their heads down. But they got back to campus safely.
All right, good.
After they competed at the Jamestown Open.
Yeah. How did we perform up there, Ferg?
Pretty good. So John Caroma was eligible for the spring semester and competed in his first matches.
Right.
Won 3 straight matches by major decision. Fell by decision in the 174-pound championship, so finished second.
Right, but it was like a 5-4 or
5-4.
6-5.
It was
to
tight.
a
It was
Division
very,
II
very tight.
opponent, you know.
So really, really good performance for him right out of the gate. And then you had Dylan Hogan at 165, won a match, lost, then won a match in the consolations before dropping one. And Simeon Hunt, same thing. Won his first match at 197, dropped one, then won another match by pinfall, and then dropped one in the consolation. So a couple guys with a couple wins and good showing for the Falcons. First time in almost 2 months they've been on the mat.
No,
And they'll back at the mat Friday night here at the Student Union, thanks to you.
yeah.
We all have to work Friday night. Not only have to come in at 5:30 in the morning now for football lives. I have to stay late on
There you
Friday.
go.
But I
It's
got
like
it to be
pizza
at
Friday.
But I got it to be at 5 o'clock.
I usually have pizza at 4:30 on Fridays.
You still can have it at 4:30.
I
from
like
the
and my
Sam's.
recliner in front of the
Oh
TV.
my
watching
God! Here we
Seinfeld.
go.
Seinfeld.
It's gonna start at 5. We'll be done by 5:45. Like I don't think there's a full. Definitely not a full tilt of 10 matches because we only have 9 to compete.
All right, and
Maybe
Fergus,
8 actually because of
Okay.
injuries. You know what I mean? So I think it'll be okay, but it gives us a chance to have sophomore day.
Right, good.
You know, we got snowed out with the quad match with Bergen. So hopefully we get some matches. What's unfortunate is we don't get as many matches because it's not like 4 teams competing.
Right.
But just to go back on the Jamestown thing with like Simeon and Dylan, that mimics nationals. It mimics our
Right,
Gulf
the Gulf Coast.
Atlantic district where you have multiple matches, not just one and done. So knowing that they can, lose, win, come back and double elimination. That's what it's like at nationals. Like you need to win those first 2 to give yourself a chance to make it to the second day. And it's great that John was able to have such success the first time out.
Yep,
So
good. All right, good. So come out and watch some wrestling Friday.
Friday at 5.
Yes, amateur wrestling style, not WWE style wrestling that we're accustomed to.
Yeah.
Yes.
In this gym. Yes.
And then also Friday, baseball media day will be Friday, and
Yeah,
then
Friday
softball's
afternoon.
coming up a couple days after. Maybe I'll get a chance to interview my son. It'll be the first time I've talked to him in a month or 2 since he doesn't like to talk to his father.
Right.
Only when he needs something. But
Right.
It's okay. That's
No,
what
he
fathers
talked to
do.
you at the basketball game at the table the other day.
Yeah,
He
yelled at me.
yo.
Yelled at me. Yo. He had to tell me something.
We're looking forward to it, though. We're
Yes,
really looking
because
forward
they
to
get
it.
started next week in Super Bowl weekend.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So they'll be starting, next weekend, weather permitting, down at Bryant and Stratton. So,
Virginia Beach.
yep, and then softball will be starting the week following. So
Sure.
busy.
Up in troop at the brand new facilities up there, right?
in the
With
valley,
softball.
yeah.
Yep, and then next week's show, I request a couch and a pillow and a blanket because I'll be tired.
Yeah.
I'm going
We
to
can
lay
do
down
that.
and do this show. I'm going to lay down and do this show.
Redecorate down here.
Yes, thanks to Coach Mark Duke.
Yeah. All right.
All right, everyone have a great week. Best of luck to our Falcons competing this week. We'll see you next week on the Falcons Corner Take Flight.